In the heart of a sprawling, untouched forest, Prometheus knelt beside the tranquil riverbank. His hands, radiant with a divine glow, worked steadily to sculpt the figure of the first human from the refined clay that lay abundantly around him. Birds soared overhead, their songs intertwining with the gentle rustle of leaves, creating a serene melody that seemed to bless the momentous task being undertaken. As Prometheus shaped nose, mouth, ears, and eyes, the forest stood witness, an eternal citadel surrounding him. Each movement was deliberate, each detail carved with craftsmanship that spoke of love and a desire to bestow upon humankind not just the gift of life, but also the essence of potential and understanding. Beside Prometheus flickered a small fire, symbolizing knowledge. With each passing moment, the clay figure began to take a distinct form that resonated with the echoes of what Prometheus believed humanity should be: resilient, inquisitive, forward-seeking. The river murmured in agreement, its waters flowing gently, encircling the sacred ground. Finally, Prometheus paused, his heart filled with a profound sense of purpose. Leaning closer, he breathed life into the figure, the divine glow from his hands spilling forth, enveloping the creation. The clay was infused with life's essence, and the figure stirred. As the first human awoke to the symphony of nature, a cinematic camera angle caught the scene. Every speck of golden light, every fluttering winged creature, and every flicker of fire converging on this singular, transformative moment. The forest, river, and sky bore witness as Prometheus watched the awakening, his creation now living, breathing, ready to embrace its destiny, equipped with the flame of knowledge, a gift that would guide humankind through the passages of time. Amidst the grandeur of the setting sun, Prometheus stood with a newfound human, a look of triumph and hope in his eyes, knowing that in this beautiful act, he had set forth the inception of humanity's story, a tale of discovery, growth, and continuity. In an era known as the Golden Age, humans lived in perfect harmony with nature. The world was a place of beauty and balance, where the cycles of the earth and its inhabitants were intertwined in an eternal spring. This age was marked by simplicity and abundance, where suffering and war were mere myths. The gods themselves descended to walk among the people, sharing wisdom and companionship in a world where the divine and mortal coexisted peacefully. Amidst the lush meadows, people danced with joy, their footsteps light against the carpet of green. Children ran freely, laughter echoing through the valleys, painting smiles on every face they passed. The rivers flowed clear and pure, their gentle currents a symphony of nature's whisper, providing life and vitality to every creature that drew from them. Fruit trees, heavy with bounty, stood like sentinels of nourishment, offering their gifts without hesitation. The fields around them glowed under a perpetual sun, casting a golden hue that bathed everything it touched. Leaves, shimmering like gold, fell gently from towering trees, creating a tapestry on the ground that shimmered in the soft sunlight. The air was filled with the fragrance of blooms and the melody of songbirds, a serenade that promised peace and contentment. In this dreamlike atmosphere, humans lived alongside creatures great and small, understanding the significance of every element and treating each with respect and care. There were tales of animals speaking in tongues understood by the wise, and voices carried by the wind from distant lands, telling stories of ancient times. The gods, ethereal and wise, joined the human festivities, their ethereal presence a source of inspiration and joy. They were as much a part of everyday life as the sun and moon, their kindness and wisdom radiating purity and offering guidance. With a gentle touch, They imparted knowledge of the earth's secrets, how to listen to the whispering winds, how to nurture the soil, and how to find kinship with all beings. In this world, there was no need for conflict or sorrow. The understanding that each existence played a role in the grand tapestry of life was woven into the hearts of everyone. This was a time of unity, love, and peace, a reflection of what humanity could achieve when it embraced the gifts of nature and the wisdom of the gods. The Golden Age was a beacon of what could be, a reminder of the harmony achievable when humanity cherishes its relationship with nature. It was a fleeting moment in history, yet its lessons of peace and coexistence echo timelessly, reminding us of the beauty of simplicity and the endless possibilities when humans thrive in unity with the world around them. In the forgotten realms of ancient history, two ages dawned and faded, leaving behind tales of grandeur and woe. The Silver Age was a time of promise, when humans reached for the heavens and etched their dreams into stone. Cities grew across the fertile land, and people marveled at their accomplishments. Grand temples rose towards the sky, stories of valor and wisdom carved into their very foundation. But with progress came pride, and in their hearts, the humans found a growing distance from the very gods they sought to emulate. As stone by stone the edifices reached towards the heavens, so did the voices rise in heated discourse. Arguments over beliefs and practices divided communities, and the unity that once bound humanity to the divine began to unravel. The gods watched from their celestial thrones, dismayed by the hubris dwelling within their creation's hearts. Gradually, the vibrant glow of the Silver Age began to dim, the skies marred by an ever-encroaching darkness. As clouds gathered and rumbled with distant thunder, humanity found themselves on the cusp of a new era. The transition to the Bronze Age was neither soft nor gentle, but intense and violent. With the departure from the gods' grace, conflict tore through the lands like a storm unleashed. The clash of armored warriors echoed across scorched battlefields. Men clad in shining bronze charged into combat, their visages marred with determination and fury. The earth, once nourished by the gentle touch of rain, now bore the scars of relentless warfare. Blood stained the soil red, and weapons lay scattered among the fallen, remnants of humanity's new reality. Lightning split the sky with ferocity, as if echoing the chaos below. The light marked ominous silhouettes of soldiers entrenched in battle, reminding all who looked on of their fragile mortality. Civilization rose ever higher, even as moral compasses faltered. Each victory stained with betrayal, each leader grappling with the loss of what had once marked them as noble. In this era of ambition and destruction, humanity tread a path fraught with peril, ever struggling for dominion over the land while forsaking the wisdom of old. Cinematically framed, the chaos spread like cracks across a once pristine vase, leaving a poignant contrast of what was built against what was lost. The gods turned their faces, lamenting the choices of their creations, but hoping, in some distant future, humanity would learn the balance between greatness and grace. In the waning years of the Iron Age, a time steeped in chaos and division, the world found itself teetering on the brink of despair. Smoke rose endlessly from the cities, obscuring the sky and choking the air. The once vibrant streets echoed with the heavy footsteps of weary souls, each burdened by the trials of their time. War and greed had become the ruling forces, tearing societies apart, as hope slowly faded from the hearts of men. Amid this turmoil stood Prometheus, chained to the jagged peaks of a distant mountain, a silent observer of humanity's struggles. His eyes, filled with sorrow and regret, gazed down upon the world he once had tried to enlighten. The chains, a cruel reminder of his past defiance, held him fast, trapped in a prison of his own making. Yet above Prometheus, amidst the storm clouds that marred the sky, a faint glimmer of light began to break through. It was a fragile beacon of hope, piercing the darkness with its solemn promise of redemption. It was almost intangible, a barely perceptible gesture of nature, hinting at the potential for renewal. Below, the people trudged on, their spirits crushed under the weight of their own design. Families scattered, alliances broken, unity a distant memory. But in the midst of despair, quietly, silently, seeds of change were being sown. In small pockets, individuals began to rise above the tide of greed, rejecting the old ways. They craved knowledge, a chance to build something anew. Prometheus watched, his heart stirred by the flickering possibility that humanity might find its way. He had gifted them fire long ago, a symbol of progress and enlightenment, yet their true redemption seemed steeped in the ambiguity of the swirl above. As the world continued its relentless march, the storm clouds lifted further, light spilling onto the earth, illuminating paths previously hidden in shadow. The people began to see each other anew, recognizing shared struggles and common dreams. It was tentative, a mere whisper against the din of centuries-old chaos, but it was there. Still chained and silent, Prometheus knew that the future held possibilities born of hardship and necessity. The Iron Age might retain its iron grip, but the light hinted at future sparks. A future sculpted by hands willing to embrace change, willing to forge new bonds, and willing to heal the fractured world. As long as there was even a glimmer, the future remained unwritten, full of hope and promise. From clay to chaos, the journey of mankind has only just begun. If this myth moved you, comment and subscribe for more stunning legends brought to life.